Good morning, guys. You've tuned into Rules for Rebels, and in today's video, we're going to be giving you 7 actionable tips for how you can get started with SMS marketing, how you can use text message marketing to drive more traffic, drive more sales, and make more money in your Shopify store, your brick and mortar business, whatever it is that you do. Now, I did a video, a week and a half ago about SMS marketing. The video was titled something like 15K in 3 days. Over Labor Day weekend, I sent out 9 text messages over the course of the 3-day weekend, and those text messages brought in almost $15,000. Total cost of that campaign was, probably $600 to $700. So how many of you guys would spend $600 or $700 if you could bring back, say out of that 15K, say about 7K of it was profit? How many of you guys would spend $600 or $700 if you could bring back $6,000 or $7,000, right? Like, hands go up, everybody. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we get into these 7 actionable tips, I wanted to just kind of briefly talk about why text message marketing is so effective, right? So I think it's a combination of 2 things. One part is that probably 50-60% plus of your customers are shopping and browsing on mobile. And when you send a text message, where are you getting them? You're getting them on mobile, right? Like, if I send out an email, some of my customers are probably going to check that email at work in the morning, at work in the afternoon, on their laptop. If I send a text message, pretty much 100% of people are going to be getting that message, following that sale or deal or whatever it is to my mobile site, which is where 60+% of them shop. So I think that's one of the reasons SMS marketing is so effective. The second reason I think SMS marketing is so effective is I think of text as kind of a more intimate format. I think people, if I were to ask you, who do you get emails from? Well, I get a shitload of spam. My grandma will send me like an email once a month. Like, my dentist reminds me of my appointments with email. My fantasy football league sends a bunch of emails. Best Buy is always emailing me, right? Like, it's kind of like all over the place. If I were to say who texts you, most people aren't going to say, oh, Best Buy texts. Most people are going to say my girlfriend texts me, my boyfriend texts me, my grandma, my friends, my coworker, my boss. So I think it's a much more intimate form of communication, or at the very least, it's a form of communication that marketers haven't invaded yet, right? So people are much less, I guess, have their guards up less than they do with like email. They're much more receptive to messages. So I think those are 2 reasons why SMS marketing is so incredibly effective. I mean, I know people who are getting open rates of like 90% plus, and you're just never going to see that in an email campaign. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 7 actionable tips to be a more effective SMS marketer, how you can drive more sales and make more money. I am just about to stop at Dunkin' Donuts here in a second, so I'm going to throw this video on pause. We're going to go get an iced coffee, and I'll be right back with you guys. For any of you guys who are Dunkin' Donuts fans, man, I don't know if you guys ever get this, but every now and again when I get an iced coffee, it's just like really like tart and like sour, and it drives me fucking crazy because the things are like undrinkable. So then I wind up having to go on to a second Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee, and there's this one particular Dunkin' Donuts that I've been hitting up that's been having nasty iced coffee. So having to alter my routine this morning, but I will be right back with you in a second with these 7 actionable SMS messaging tips. Okay, guys, so we got our coffee. It doesn't taste like ass, and we are ready to kick off the list here. So before I get into this, I want you guys to do me 2 quick favors. Number 1, hit that thumbs up button for me if you find this video helpful, if this is useful information. That'll help other people find it, and I'll get some more views, so I'd appreciate that. And I'm really striving to hit that 100K mark. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below as well. So as far as these 7 actionable steps you can take for effective SMS marketing, use SMS marketing for abandoned carts, right? Like, I know most of you guys are using Shopify. Shopify already has a built-in abandoned cart system with emails. I have had a ton of success also connecting that to push notifications and text messages. So you're hitting people across all 3 mediums. A lot of times if somebody gets an abandoned cart email, they may not react to it, but maybe on that second push notification or that third way that you're hitting them text, maybe that gets them. Also, text is on a mobile device where most of them are shopping, so you have the best chance of hitting them with that abandoned cart email. So absolutely hook up your SMS marketing to your Shopify abandoned cart system. I'm a big fan of Retention Rocket, although there are probably a lot of other good softwares and apps out there for doing that. If anybody has a good SMS marketing system hooked up to the Shopify abandoned carts besides Retention Rocket, go ahead and drop a comment down below. Help out your fellow marketers, your fellow e-commerce sellers. Retention Rocket is a little bit expensive and it's not perfect. There's still a lot of things in beta. Their team who works on the back end is great at rolling out custom fixes. I have a call with them twice a month. Great people, but it's maybe not necessarily the best system out there. So number one is hook it up to your abandoned carts. Number two, keep your messages short and sweet. With SMS marketing, text message marketing, you only have 160 characters to get your message across. I would highly recommend not going over the 160 characters and turning it into 2 or 3 text messages. If at all possible, try keeping it just to the 160 characters and keep your message very brief. Don't be like, hey guys, we are having a wonderful parking lot sale on Tuesday. You can potentially save up to 10% off. You don't want to do something like that. Keep the messages as short and brief and sweet as possible. If for some reason you have like multiple offers or something like that, tease the offer, and this is actually going to be one of the next tips, but do something like a call to action button. So have some type of landing page, have some type of page that describes the sale, have a collection page with all the items on sale. But if you can't fit your entire message, you could just do something like huge savings and amazing BOGO deals, click here, and then send them to a landing page where they're going to be able to find out more about those deals. Because it's just too long being like, today you can save 10% off paddleboards, and if you buy a paddleboard pump, we'll give you a second one free. And if you do that, you don't want to go, keep things short and sweet. Try not to use too many emojis. Try not to use too many abbreviations. Keep things very clear and concise. Number 3, this is a big one for me. Announce who you are. I'm like always kind of on the lookout for like phishing scams and things like that. Like if I ever get an email from something important, whether it be like a credit card company, my bank, like Experian, TransUnion, like I hate clicking links. I'll always go direct to the site. With SMS marketing, you pretty much always like have to send a link because you have such a short bit of information to pass along all the information you want to pass along to. So it's always going to be a link, and it's always going to be a shortened link, and a lot of people are hesitant to click shortened links. Also, I get a lot of text messages from like marketing companies and things like that, and it'll have something about a sale or something, but it never really announces who they are or what the deal is. And unless I know who the text is coming from, I'm absolutely not going to click a link. So if you're Jim's Paddleboard Shop, start off your text message or your SMS message with jimspaddleboardshop.com, and then whatever your message is. Yeah, waste some of those 160 characters, but at least people know who they're getting a text message from. One thing I wanted to add at the beginning of this video that I forgot to mention, I don't know about you guys, SMS marketing has been around for a number of years. I feel like just now people are starting to, at least people in the e-com world are starting to catch on to it. I feel like for a long time, it was mainly like pizza shops, nail shops, brick and mortar businesses doing text message marketing. And I looked into text message marketing a couple times over the past couple years, and every time I've looked into it, I'm like, that's more something for pizza shops, or oh, that's more something for like the Chinese restaurant that I go to. I never really saw the power of it in regards to e-commerce until this year. So I mean, don't make that mistake. Text message marketing, SMS marketing has been incredibly powerful for e-commerce in my experience. So number 3 was announce who you are. Number 4, I already kind of teased this, but add a call to action. So text to vote, text to get this deal, show this text when you come in. Utilize some type of call to action. I mean, on YouTube, just earlier in this video, what did I say? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. That's a call to action. It sounds really silly, but simply calling on whoever you're talking to, whoever you're messaging, to actually take some action makes it like 80% plus more likely that they'll actually take that action. So, something like buy now, learn more, like simply saying something like that raises the odds of somebody actually following through on an action simply because you're telling them to. So have a call to action. So far we've had number 1, use abandoned carts. Number 2, keep your messages sweet. Number 3, announce who you are. Number 4, utilize call to actions. Number 5 is going to be segment your list. This is just like email marketing, man. Like when I send out emails, if I send out an email to my entire list, I would say 4 to 6% open rate is kind of what I shoot for, right? It's not fantastic, but it's not pathetic either. So 4 to 6% open rate is what I shoot for if I send an email out to my list of 55,000 people, right? However, if I segment that list and I send not to the entire list, but to people who bought specific products or specific collections or specific brands, my open rates are going to go from like 4 to 6% to, I would say, like at a minimum 12%, potentially even like 30 to 40%. So we'll say like paddle boards as an example. If I have a paddle board shop, actually, let's say I have a shop that's like kind of a skate shop, paddle boards, kiteboarding, like all types of different like water sports, kind of extreme sports type stuff. If I were to send out an email to the entire list and be like, we have great deals this weekend on surfboards and paddle boards and skateboards and kiteboarding gear, probably going to be a fairly low open rate. However, if I send one email to the people who kiteboard, 25% off all kiteboarding gear this week, and then I send another email to the people who are into skateboards, buy one skateboard deck, get another one free. I send another email to the people who are into surfing, BOGO 50% off surfboard deal this weekend. Those open rates are going to go from like 4 to 6% to at least 12%, potentially 30%, 40%. The click-through rates are going to be a lot higher, and the same thing is true of text messaging. Start segmenting your list. Start capturing text messages for people with different interest groups or from people who land on different pages of your website, and you're going to see the retention rates of people on your text list be a lot higher, and you're going to see those people stay around a lot longer. You're going to see your campaigns be a lot more effective, and overall it's just going to be great for your SMS campaigns. So that was number 5, is segment your list. Number 6 is timing. Text messages tend to be good for last minute things, right? Because most people check their text messages pretty quickly. Like if I were to send people an email, a lot of people maybe only check their email in the morning or only in the afternoon. I know personally, like I kind of try to make an effort not to be constantly checking my email just because it's not really efficient. Like if you listen to Tim Ferriss and a lot of these guys, they'll say like, turn off your notifications, only check it like 3 times a day or twice a day or whatever else. I purposely try not to check my personal emails too often. So if you send me, if I check my email at 9 this morning and you send me an email at 10 o'clock, I may not see it till the next morning. Text messages are more kind of instant. People tend to check them within about, 3 minutes, 90 seconds, something like that. So they're really good for last minute things. A lot of times I'll set up some type of deal or offer with an email. So, hey, tent sale this weekend. But then the actual day of the tent sale, like as it's starting or a half hour before it starts, I'll hit you with a text message, because if you're not busy doing anything right now, you already kind of have the idea in your head or you're aware of it from the email, and then I hit you with a text at 9 in the morning on Saturday morning while you're getting your coffee, and a huge tent sale today, save up to 75% off. If you're out driving around, you're out getting your coffee, there's a very good chance that you're going to kind of swing by and check out the sale. And one kind of effective thing is you can actually put a Google Places or a Google Maps page in the text message so that they click the button in the text message and they're actually given directions, or GPS opens and is ready to take them to the sale. That's kind of another little tip there. So that was number 6, is timing. Also the time of the day. I'll go a little bit further on this. Don't text people before. A lot of people say 8 in the morning. I'd probably say 9, and don't text people after 8 or 9 at night, right? It's just kind of annoying at that point. But be very cognizant of the timing of your text messages, and then promote opt-ins across all channels. When you send out an email blast, have some type of banner or button, or a lot of the SMS text messaging systems will have some type of like widget or something that you can include. Have some type of widget in there that's like, sign up for our list, sign up for our list. On your newsletter, sign up for our list. On your website, sign up for our list. I know not a lot of us here have like brick and mortar stores or have a face-to-face presence with our customers. I know a lot of us are just online, but if you do have a store, a kiosk, you're a service business, and you actually have people who are talking to your customers or taking their information, collecting SMS opt-ins through face-to-face or like register systems, POS systems, is incredibly powerful. It's very easy for somebody to say no, or they don't want to opt in to a form or something online or something on your website. However, when they're face-to-face with one of your employees and the employee has been very helpful to them and they had a good buying experience, and then they're like, hey, could we put you, hey, would you like to get special like deals, sales, updates, news, special offers from us via text? Most people, if for no other reason than like people that don't like confrontation, most people are like, yeah, I guess that's fine. That's one of the most effective ways to kind of build your list. So getting back to these seven SMS marketing tips, we have: use it for abandoned carts, keep your messages short and sweet, announce who you are, use a call to action, segment your lists, keep timing in order, do things last minute and send at appropriate times. And then 7, promote your text message opt-ins through all channels. Hopefully you found these 7 SMS marketing tips to be helpful. I think implementing an SMS marketing plan and actually using SMS marketing as well as following these tips will make you money and drive more sales. So if you found this video to be helpful, do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.